Hey everybody, it's Peanut Butter Kong. And with new Hypixel updates, there's always a way to make some more money in the game. One of these ways that you could make some more money right now is by effectively using the Replenish enchantment, which was just released. And the Replenish enchantment, one of the things I'm going to be focusing on with the replenishing enchant is the fact that it can break Nether warts and auto replant them. Thus, you could have a giant Nether wart farm. One of the reasons why you might want a giant Nether wart farm is because it has one of the higher prices on the marketplace right now compared to the other crops in the game. And I'm going to be showing you guys today how to go about this on Hypixel. First, in order to get Nether wart, you'll need a place on soul sand. And the only way to get soul sand right now is through trades. And those trades, you'll need fermented spider eyes and sand. But in order to get those fermented spider eyes, you'll need three things first. You'll need sugar from sugar canes. You'll need brown mushrooms, and you'll need spider eyes. Both of these things are all a bit of a pain to craft for the fermented spider eyes, and then you'll need 2 sand for each fermented spider eye that you use. But as you can see here, I opened up the trades menu. Now I'm left clicking to trade in the sand for the fermented spider eye right now, but don't forget you can right click to get stacks at a time. That'll definitely speed up things. It is going to take you a little bit of time to craft all of these items, all the fermented spider eyes that you would need, and to get all the sand. And once you do this, you could trade it all in for the end, except for that you're limited to 640 per day in the trades even. That definitely is going to throw a big wrench in your plan to scale up quickly with the Nether wart farm. It's something that you'll probably have to start building now, and it will take you a couple of days at minimum to get to a decent enough size. So that leads us to the auction house. You could potentially be buying your soul sand at the auction house to help speed up the process. It looks like there are no bin items, so you'll have to auction all of this, and you might just get a little lucky with some very low priced soul sand. Okay, let's talk about the building part. You'll probably be working off some farm you might have at the bottom of your island. When you're doing this, just make sure you get the correct height. You will want to make sure you can fit underneath the soul sand that you're working on. You don't want to ruin your prior farm. And I would recommend you probably even go one higher. I'm actually going to go stop this process right now, and I'm going to be grabbing some stone, not cobblestone. You'll probably have smelting on a diamond axe, but if you don't, make sure you do, so you can convert that cobblestone into actual stone. In order to fly on my island, I will need magic mushroom soups, so I'm probably really not going to be flying on my island. I'll probably be using a platform, so I'm going to make sure my structure is 1 block higher than before to give myself a little extra clearance. The important part now is that I'm going to be building the blocks 4 across with the nether wart. We are going to be attaching these 4 soul sand blocks wide to a platform that we will be able to walk on so that we could run down our platform while collecting our nether wart. Now, one of the reasons that you want to build this 4 blocks wide and why it's so important is it will help you maximize the amount of nether wart that you are collecting. If you're doing a design that's only 2 blocks wide, that will not maximize how much you could collect, simply because as you're running sideways, you can collect from that 4th block away from you from the nether wart. I've made this design on a similar server, and I have tried out having a 5 block design wide system, and it's semi-useful. Sometimes you might hit that 5th block, but a lot of times you'll just miss it. And that fifth block design was one of the best possible speeds that you could move at. And in Hypixel, you just can't get that same exact speed. I was using a fly speed of like 0.51 or something, so I was moving very slow, even a little bit less than maybe a walk speed at some points to help maximize this. This is the farm that I was using it on. I would stare in one direction and move sideways like this, and that would work extremely efficiently. You could mine and collect a ton of nether wart this fashion. The block above my head was useful so I could get the right height, so I could only hit fully grown nether wart, and any nether wart that wasn't fully grown I would have missed. Now we're going to show you guys how to get that perfect y-axis height. So you're going to build 2 blocks up, and I'm using half slabs right now. I place 1 half slab next to that top block and another one right below it, and I'm destroying the soul sand blocks that were placed temporarily now. And you could move sideways and get that perfect height like you could on my other farm. I do want to mention, when you're flying, that was quite fast. I farmed quite significantly on another server for Netherwart, and I've noticed that the slower you go, it does help maximize things. I wouldn't be shocked if someone could figure out a way to maximize it flying, but to me right now, it looks like this might not be the best path forward. Plus, I don't have a phoenix pet to fly on my island, and I kind of like avoiding the mushroom soup just out of convenience. So I am going to be charging ahead with the platform. I think that will probably be the best solution for most people. So I bet you guys probably understand you are going to be extending that platform and building that 4x4 grid of soul sand all the way down, so that at the end it will all be filled in, and then you could start working on placing all the nether wart that you need to place on top of it. And once you're done with that, you will probably be starting a second row, which is the same exact thing. It's a 4x wide with a platform on each side, and you'll have to fill it in once you have all of the soul sand. Now this is day 1 for me, and I don't have all the soul sand I need, so I am trying to win it in the auction house. And I want to point out, the auction house, it can be quite rough and difficult to buy some soul sand right now. You could end up easily paying a multiple of the price. I had a bidding war for a stack of soul sand, and then I even had a bidding war for a half of a stack of soul sand. Definitely not ideal. So if you start focusing on the trades right now, it will take you a couple of days to likely build something large. But if you want to do it in the auction house, it'll probably cost you a significant amount right now. Okay, that leads us to our next bit, trying to get the Replenishing Book. So the Replenishing Book is found in your enchanting recipes, and as you can see, upon breaking crops, netherwort, or cocoa automatically replant from materials in your inventory. So this will be great setting up a system where you could effectively do it. You will need enchanted cookies, which can take enchanted cocoa and wheat. If you have a wheat minion, and if that wheat minion has hay bales, you can convert that into stacks of wheat. If you already have those stacks of wheat, you can just quick craft yourself enchanted cookies until you have that 16 mark. Once you have 16 enchanted cookies, you're going to combine that with some paper and make a replenishing 1 book. And remember, this is the max enchanted version of this particular book. So, after taking that black teleport pad at the bottom of your island, I'm taking this replenishing book and combining it with my hoe, which has a harvesting 5 on it, which has about a 60% chance of giving double drops, which should definitely help out. So the breaking part, I placed a netherwort crystal just to help speed up the netherwort growth so that it would be fully grown. So I did want to test it on a not fully grown netherwort right now to see if it would replace it. It did not. I had to replace with my hand. And a large one, it looks like it didn't. Does it need to be fully regrown? I'm not too sure, but this isn't looking so promising that it's working within a netherwort right now. What about like a mid-grown one right there? Nope, didn't replace it. This guy here, maybe that's a full-grown one. No, didn't replace that. So I wait around a bit. Surely my nether crystal is at least doing some magic, making sure that they're fully grown. So I whack one that looks quite fully grown, and it did not replace it there either. That's right by the crystal. So I wait some more time, just to make sure, and I do see that the replenishing enchantment does take materials from your inventory, so I make sure I spread out those nether warts to see if they'll regrow that way, and that doesn't look like that worked either. So I'm going to give it even a try, whacking them all in a line like you would if you're mass farming it normally, and that didn't work either. Those look quite full grown, all right next to the crystal. At least one of them should have regrown. Alright, now I'm just going to tear up some of my farm. Surely something must regrow here, and it looks like nothing happened. I just kind of walked fast past some of these that you see that are straggling. It looks like it did not work. Surely I must be doing something wrong, so I even tried it again, and it did not replace any of the nether wart. So I went back above my base to the wheat minion from previously, giving the wheat minion a whack with that diamond hoe, and it's replacing it with seeds there on the ground, as you can see. So new wheat is planted from all the things I hit. Hit the nether wart, and that's a no. I take that same diamond hoe. It's a definitely no with the nether wart. Have to hand place it. What about carrots? Carrots? It replaces. These carrots still replacing it, and the funny thing is, I don't think I had any carrots in my inventory originally when I whacked it with that hoe. So the nether wart is still a no on the replacement. And I do have a potato farm next to my carrot farm, and it's replacing the potatoes as well, without even having to start off with a potato in my inventory. So this is seeming all kind of weird. I whack a mushroom to see what happens. The mushrooms are disappearing. What about the advertised cocoa? Well, that looks like it is replacing it with smaller cocoa beans, so it looks like that is working. I'm going to take a stab here. I think it was just a mistake from the game developers upon the initial release, since this is so early and new. I think the netherwort farm is currently disabled, but it looks like all the other crops are functioning as intended. And remember, it is probably going to take a couple of days to build a netherwort farm since you are limited on the number of trades, and it will be a bit tough to get it all from the auction house. And it seems like they could be going for a high price. It seems like other people might be having the same idea. You could start a giant netherwort farm now. You don't have to do it in this vertical orientation. You probably want to do it in some kind of very horizontal orientation on your island. But this is just an example of something that it would look semi-similar to. This is shown without any of the platforms in between these netherwort farms, since I'm just flying and I have those height regulators as I showed early on. So, in summary, I think you guys could start building the netherwort farm now, but you could definitely focus on any other of those crops, since it seems like those are all functioning at the moment. Thanks for watching, everyone. That was an update on the mechanics of the current replenishing enchantment, and a method I used to become the #1 farmer on another server with that netherwort farm.